Hello everyone, I'm Danielle from Cageless Readings. So today's Pick a Card, we are continuing the theme of how does your special someone see you. So yeah, I've been doing a lot of how does someone see you lately card readings, and guess I'm doing another one here. So I am setting the intention that I am going to get the messages from the higher self of the person you're inquiring about. So I am trying to stay away from sort of that ego, those like little friction aspects that can happen in relationships. I want to just see sort of what they love about you and the light attributes about how they see you. So that is my intention for this reading. We'll see what happens. So I have a couple of cards here, the blue ones, that are going to be about how this person sees you, the main personality trait they kind of see you as. And then underneath we have some archetype cards, and I actually set the intention that these are the aspects or the gifts that they see about you, like what you're good at, what they admire or appreciate about you. And then for each pile, we're going to pull cards from here. I'm going to do it during your card reading because I have an impression that some of them might be repeating in different piles. So we are going to look at the karma cards for what the special someone sees you struggling with. And we also are going to pull some guidance cards for you around this relationship. So we'll just see what that comes out. This will be the only thing that's directed specifically at guidance for you. And then I wanted to incorporate some soulmate cards just to see how this special someone is feeling about you. Because I do kind of want to keep it as a little bit of a... Hi, Millie. I do want to keep it as sort of a warm feeling, warm-hearted, pick-me-up reading, because yeah, I just think sometimes we need a reminder that the stories we're telling ourselves about maybe what someone thinks about us aren't always right or aren't always true. So I do also want to just point out that I think when I'm looking at these few cards already pulled, you have to remember this isn't how you see yourself. This is how your special someone sees you. So I think for some people, they're going to see their cards and be like, oh, that's not really who I am. I'm not that confident. I'm not that organized or something like that. And I feel like a big message is going to come through is that they don't see you all the time that way. They see you as someone who is confident, who is organized, who is independent. So I don't know. We'll see what comes through. I didn't look at the cards yet, but I just kept getting that some of you might feel like this is so not possible, but I think it's just like your blind spot and this is how they're seeing you. Hello, everyone. I am recording this so that before you choose a pile, you can get a quick chakra attunement and alignment. It is going just to be about 1 or 2 minutes long, really just quick, just to get you more balanced. I wanted to offer this because I know sometimes people have a hard time grounding themselves or feeling connected to their intuition, and that's usually why they're seeking out a card reading. So this was my solution. I hope you enjoy. card pile. So we have 3 piles to choose from. The first pile is this Rose Quartz Angel. Pile 2 is the Smokey Quartz Cluster. Pile 3 is this Rose Quartz Heart. All right, I will see you all in your card readings. Hello, pile 1. You chose the Rose Quartz Angel. I'll put it right here for you. Okay, and let's see how this special someone sees you. So we have the Lion Spirit. Oh, that's such a cute card. And we have the Koala Spirit. And it says, be generous of spirit, and spirit has a plan. And then, you know what, we'll look at these ones too at the same time. We have the Heart. We have Anima Mundi and the Vow. I'll put that there. Wow, I kind of like these 2 cards together, the Vow and the Heart. The energy coming off them is very light and very loving. So I don't know if someone saw this and was like, oh, what does that mean? It actually feels very, very good, the energy coming off those 2 cards together. Okay, so I'm already getting kind of a big theme here on how this special someone sees you. So with these 2 cards here, the Koala Spirit and the Lion Spirit, it's so interesting. And then this Annie Mundi, I think there's like this really deep way of seeing you. It's not like, I don't want to say a yogi or like a Buddhist, because those are like the wrong titles, but it's those teachings. I feel like they see you as embodying those teachings just in who you are and your personality very strongly. So the Koala Spirit I see as someone who, I keep thinking of a teddy bear, right? Like someone who is warm and cuddly and supportive. Okay, sorry, my cat is just freaking out a little bit because I've not been home very much the last 2 days. I've been skiing, so if you hear a cat sort of yelling in the background, unfortunately, it is just her yelling at me. Okay. Get some of these cat hairs out of the way. Okay, sorry. So what was I saying? Okay, yeah, so the energy here that I see, that they see you as, is someone who's just very warm and tender-hearted. It just feels like you're very healing. That's how they see you, is like someone who can be like a healthy, supportive mom who's compassionate and hears people out and meets them where they're at. Also combined with someone who just really has a deep self-awareness and understanding of who they are, and there's such a great, huge trust in that everything will work out as it should. And I almost even feel like it's like in a positive, balanced way. I'm hoping that makes sense. It doesn't, like, they don't see you as someone who takes it too far or someone who is a little too trusting in the universe providing for you. It feels like they almost admire you from it. Like there's an energy of peace that comes out of your like aura, out of your energy of who you are. And that's what this person picks up on a lot from you, is that feeling more peaceful, more certain of even life when you're around, because your energy is so not stressed or worried or anxious about things, about what's going to happen, what are we going to do about finances, what are we going to do about work, and sorry, so much cat hair. Yeah, and I really have to say, like, I don't know if this is how you also feel, but it's like such a strong calming sensation that they get from being around you, that I would just assume this couldn't not be a big part of who you were. This inner calmness, this inner confidence in things working out and everything going as planned, whether, and it's really saying like you don't know how everything's going to work out, but it's almost like you don't have that need for control of knowing what the outcome will be, or knowing what's happening like a lot of other people do. And it really it's really comforting to this person that you're inquiring about. And then I do want to talk like the Anima Mundi. I mean, you even just see like a Buddhist person here in it, and lots of other like religious symbols and different things going on. And I really just see I don't think you are of a specific religion or spiritual practice necessarily. I think they're just saying like you really just are so well balanced. It's a big thing. Like you're so well emotionally balanced, and so at peace with who you are and accepting all of who you are. And this is how they see you. And then the heart and the vow, you might be already getting some clarity here on how they're seeing, like, seeing you. Like, I just see, like, they see that you're so loyal, so loyal and so supportive again. And it's just, once again, really talking in about this koala features here with the vow. Like, it just, I don't know, even when I look at this card, like with your energy in this card, this feels beautiful. It doesn't feel trapped. It doesn't feel constricted. It feels really, really good. And I feel like it's even like you even know when it's time to let go of some people sometimes. Like it's all good. It's beautiful. It feels great. I hope I'm like reiterating this properly. And I almost wonder if this person has seen you maybe set boundaries with people or cut people out of your life that weren't aligned with you. And that's even why they see like you're so loyal, you're so compassionate, but you also know when it's not your time to be in things. So I don't know. If that could be a specific message, but I'm getting the impression that someone here might have cut a friend out or something like that, or set a hard boundary with a parent or something, or maybe even a boss or coworker or client or something. And I feel like they just appreciated you even more for that, like seeing how you handled it and how you don't lose that grounded centerness, at least not in their eyes. They always see you as still being this beautiful, at peace and at ease person. Even though you might not be loving it, there's that, like I said, that confidence in you that things are always going to work out and it's going to be okay. And I almost feel like you don't hold things against people. Like, I wonder if you're just very capable of seeing when the stress is coming out in someone else and they're putting it on you or something like that. Because I just see that you're not very reactive. And I even think that's with the lion. I keep thinking of like wise and having wisdom. I know it's supposed to be more of a courageous animal, but I just keep seeing that in this card is very wise and isn't like quick to jump. Same with the koala, right? Like they move slowly and they're not in a hurry. So a lot about, I think, you reflect before you react. Really big thing here. And then the heart, I mean, this one's pretty self-explanatory. I even see it as just thinking that you're just so loving and you've just got like the greatest heart. I'm thinking like pure heart, just really want the best for everyone, want the best for others. You really want to be the best person you can be. You really don't want to, I want to say like start extra conflicts or what's the right word? I don't know. I keep getting sidetracked by all like the wheat in here, and I keep thinking about abundance. Like I just think there's even a message around like you don't really hold back. You're not like worried that you only have so much love to give out, or you can only receive so much love. I just think that they're saying like your heart is so abundant, it's so generous. Yeah, I even think like choosing like the rose quartz angel. Like I think this person, this special person to you, just sees you as this little loving, compassionate, healing, light worker person on earth, like a little angel for people to get to be around. Really beautiful. And I do just want to add into like if this person you're inquiring about is your spouse or partner, there is sort of an underlying message here where it's just like I just see like they think you're like you two are so compatible and you are going to make it for a very long time. And even when I see the vow card, I even see it like as you like knowing that they're supported and that they want to support you back. Although I always think, I kind of get the impression they don't always know how to, but they really want to. And I just feel like there's so much energy here around, you know, if there is turbulence, if there is like a period of disconnect, like they do want to keep it going. They do want to just work it through. There is nothing here about them being on the energy of I would leave if things get hard. I actually think if things feel very different in this pile, it's almost like that really strong relationship where, you know, even if everything's going wrong, you both, I think, will take the time to go within and figure out what's going on to help solve the relationship. So anyways, that feels like a little bit of a specific thing that just slid in there. Let's look at the next thing here. So the next thing I had planned was, what do they see you struggling with right now? And that's what I have these karma cards for. So I still kind of meant this with a very loving and light higher self question, because I really see it more as like, what do they see you struggling with that they wish they could help you with, or they could wish they could just sort of help, like take these struggles away? That was kind of the energy I was getting as I was writing down that question to ask. So what is pile 1 struggling with right now that this special someone can see? Okay, I think I said I'd take 3. Yeah, let's just do 3. After that, it starts to get to be a bit much. So the first one that came out is do it dramatically. You know, and always just try to see which thing on these cards jump out at me the most, and then I just kind of go with that one. Okay. Okay, interesting. The thing that I do see is I see fun and romance. That's what's catching my eye on this 5th house. Focusing on and circle of friends. So really interesting, because in some ways this is sort of talking about what they see you do very well, and it's almost like saying like they see you struggling a little bit with that. So it's so funny. I keep also getting drawn to the word drama, not do it dramatically, but just drama. So I almost wonder if this pile is having some troubles. And I don't think maybe it's normal. I think this might just be something that's coming up with other people's inner child stuff or family or holiday things came through. If you're watching this as it comes out, a lot of weird stuff comes up in people, our friends and family during the holiday seasons. All those inner child woundings just seem to come through because there's just so much, like, I don't know how to put it, like really the energy just in the world, the collective is heavy and weird during Christmas season or holiday seasons. I don't really know why yet. I haven't really asked my guides too much on why that happens, but it's just like some weird stuff, and money and stuff, scarcity, a lot of like heavy energy. So anyways, get back on topic here for you. What they see you struggling with, yeah, definitely see it as struggling with some of your, I think some of them were good friendships, and them kind of being a little uncharacteristic, or if they have sort of shadow attributes that are a bit of a problem from time to time, I think they're coming out more than normal, or you're starting to notice it more than normal. So I just keep saying like drama, just that stress that doesn't really matter, making big deals out of things that shouldn't really be even important. For example, my guides are telling me, like, not being invited to a certain Christmas party or not being invited to a certain thing, but you really just forgot, or you just had too many people in your house. You kind of just, you know, like, you have so many friends. Sometimes you can't invite all of them to do things all the time, and I feel like maybe some of them feeling like bitter or upset. Okay, another thing they're saying is like maybe you knew they were already busy, but you didn't invite them, but now they're upset that they didn't even get an invite. Like weird energy like that, and I don't think it's normal for this person. But they're saying there was like, you could see an underlining of it, but for some reason now it's really come out. And I just feel like, yeah, struggling with drama in your friendships, in your close friendships. And then the fun thing, I think, yeah, it's almost like you're missing out on having fun with these other people that you used to go have fun with. Like maybe you used to go out for dinner once a week, or have a games night once a week, or some kind of activity that just brought you joy and you laugh and feel very lighthearted. You've missed that a little bit because I think this person has some weird energy going on that they're not really realizing is coming out in their relationships. So I would say their inner child is kind of struggling and weird things are happening. Yeah, it does feel like your deeper inner circle of friends, though. that this is happening with. Interesting. The 5th house. I feel like I'm just so drawn to why is it saying the 5th house as well? What is going on? I feel like I don't know my astrology well enough to remember what the 5th house is. So, I'll look it up because I feel like it's important. Okay, I was just looking really quick, and it is interesting that in the guidebook for this, they don't actually talk much about the 5th house in it, but it just had a little diagram talking about how the 5th house opposes the 11th house. So it really does, I think, just confirm to me that like stuff just flipped. Like a normally great relationship, normally very harmonious and like complementary, I think. Like I don't think this person is very similar to you, but you are like those opposite attracts kind of people, and normally quite supportive. I think they literally have flipped, and now it's almost like this person is causing you the most drama or the most frustration, which is, I think this is coming through because I see this as this person you're asking about, your special someone, I think is really seeing, just like, I almost feel like sadness from I keep saying from their energy, almost like towards you, and seeing how beautiful it was and how like not beautiful it is right now. And it's, yeah, I think it's just actually hard. It's hard for them to see that it's hard for you. And I really do get the energy for this pile that this special someone is someone who likes to be able to come in and be like, here, I'll have a solution for you. Let's fix this. We'll make everything better. And I feel like they can see it's not their place. They can't really do anything about it. And they're just a little bit sad about that. Okay, so next we have, I want to do the soulmate cards. Oh, they're right here. I don't know. I feel like these are, I'm like kind of excited about them. I don't use them in a lot of card readings because I realize they're a little bit odd to be using in these, but when I can use them, I like it. Okay, so how does this special person you're inquiring about, feel about you? Okay, we'll take that one. Sometimes, I guess we have 3. I asked for only 2, but we have 3. So here it says, you, my beloved, are like a ray of golden sunshine. I breathe in your love and all my concerns melt away, and all that is left is pure joy. Thank you, my beloved soulmate. Oh, that's so sweet. That made me think so much of this card. Like the yellow, I was like, the yellow is so beautiful. Like it's such a good, healthy, vibrant yellow. And here it says you're like a golden ray of sunshine. So, I feel like that just goes so well. And I really, really feel like if this might not be someone you're actually married to, I think you might just be in a serious partnership with, because the energy coming off of it, I can't see it being anything else. I can't see, even though we're looking only at the light attributes, I can't see this relationship not being a strong relationship, or one that's going to last for some time, because the energy is just too intense, too aligned, it feels. Okay. I guess I should say it's almost like it's too sincere, like that. I'm trying to find the right words. It's so hard to explain an emotion that you get, and then you find words that don't quite have the right same infinite meaning to them to describe it to. So I hope this is making sense. If you're vibing with this, then I think you'll feel the vibe. Okay, so surrender all that no longer serves you. Let all that remains buried in your heart come to the surface and be healed. Let there be space for new energies to enter, a new beginning, transform darkness to light. So that's interesting that this one kind of slipped in there. Kind of was wondering that because sometimes there's advice cards in these soulmate cards. And I think that's why a few came out. So yeah, I think this is a really good thing about talking about, even, I think, like I was saying, this person sees you as very reflective and not someone who just reacts without considering what is the best for yourself, what's the best for everyone in the situation, and what really, you just feel like you come from such a heart energy. So I really see, I think this is even something you're kind of thinking about, you're thinking on, is boundaries and like what to work through here. So yeah, I feel like I should read it again. Maybe everyone didn't catch it. It says, surrender all that no longer serves you. Let all that remains buried in your heart come to the surface and be healed. Let there be space for new energies to enter. A new beginning transforms darkness to light. Sounds very hopeful to me, like very promising. Going through healing layers. Okay, you are always in my heart, like a glowing ocean light. A shimmering star in heaven, love is a golden memory, drifting through space like autumn leaves, recollections of loving days and nights. This person's really obsessed with the color yellow and sunshine and gold. It seems like that's like this person's thing. Not yours, this person you're inquiring about how they see you. It's a lot of cards around that. What was I also just going to say? Oh, it did refer to the ocean, which is funny because I was very clear that I only wanted 3 of these archetype cards on the gifts they see in you. And then at the end, I kept accidentally dropping the ocean card when I was pulling them. And I was like, no, I said only 3 for everyone. So it is funny that I think technically you should have gotten the ocean card too. And then there's also the word ocean here. Yeah, not super sure why that one came out, but anyways, next on the list we have guidance for you. I'm actually really excited for this because I felt like there might be some like little insecurities that some people had because when they were looking at this pile, or some were just wanting like a pump me up. All those things are totally fine. So this is for guidance for you on this relationship, on this person you're inquiring about. What you can kind of do, or just, I'm leaving it pretty much open to whatever the guides want to tell me about it. Okay, nope, we don't quite want that one yet. Got that. Okay, all right, this is too many cards, guys. Too many cards. We only want 4 or 5. We'll say 5. This pile wants 5. Okay, all right. Look at that, playfulness. Remember how they're saying they're struggling with seeing that you had a little bit of a hard time right now having fun and being lighthearted, but I really do think it is because of friendships, dramatic, chaotic friendships. Okay, can't open. Come on, here we go. All right, making a little weird sounds in this card reading. Hopefully for your entertainment. All right, so first thing that caught my eye was this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner you seek and true love. This is the romance of a lifetime. And what I just so love about these cards when I see them is I always see like the red and the white together, meaning like there could be a lot of healing that goes on in this relationship. So there might be old trauma, old triggers that come up for both of you. But in the long run, each one is supportive. And even like this person was saying before, like it's like there is this possibility to work through it and grow and have like a very successful, a very supportive relationship. But usually these types of relationships do have, sort of like this deeper layer of healing that comes up. So like old wounding in romantic partnerships, old moments of not feeling feeling unlovable or not being able to be loved, that kind of stuff will come up in these types. So it's kind of bittersweet because there usually will be like sort of a really hard emotional phase or period, but then after that the relationships end up being even stronger. So I don't know really why I'm talking about that too much, but I feel like this could be something that happens in this relationship. But overall, I just feel like the energy is so strong for this to be good for both parties in the long run. Like it's weird to explain. Like sometimes when you see a soul connection, I think what the thing is I feel like there's a true love for your soul. And when you see that, or when you feel that energy as a card reader, it feels like one that lasts a long time, because there's other relationships where they're really good for short term, but you feel like the lust in that energy. It's a really funny thing to say. It's like there isn't this sincere, like deep heart to heart connection. And that doesn't even, like, I'm using all these words, but they're not potent enough for like the energy that you feel. Where the other one, there's like an intrigue and excitement. And it almost feels a little bit like a drug addiction. Like the lust is so strong, it feels like, like they need it. Like it's not like I would like it. I love them. They're beautiful. They're wonderful. I just so love the person they are. It's more, like I need coffee every day, 6 times a day because I can't function without it. Or I am addicted to a substance and I can't go without sugar. I don't know how to explain it, but you just feel like that's my best analogy for energy when you sometimes see people's energy together. And I'm, just to clarify, in case something's going on and you missed something I said, I'm talking about your two energy, at least at this point in time, feels like that heart to heart, deep, just loves who you are on a soul level. So it means you could, I don't know, shave your head and get, I don't know, like the weirdest look ever, and this person heart would still love you. Like it goes past just that physical lust. It goes deep into the just seeing your soul and loving it. So I love those connections, but I'm biased because I just think those ones feel better than the really addicted feeling ones. So, anyways, moving on. The playfulness one, love this. To recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit to have fun and to shine. I actually think this is just advice on how to make this relationship a little more lighthearted. I think just from the energy that they are seeing you in, it seems like you're a little more stressed or a little more like, I think you're just very thinky right now. Like, it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's almost like saying like, sometimes the best clarity can come from just relaxing, having fun, and coming back to the situation after. And I think that's sort of the advice that you're getting right now. And then let your friends help you and pay attention to red flags. I don't know exactly what this is talking about. I think this is actually not talking so much about the relationship, but it seems like it's talking a little bit about that. I think it's a specific person that this special someone was seeing you inquiring about, because it's weird to say, like, it doesn't feel like a group of people. It feels like I can almost see it's attached to a specific one person more than others. And this is maybe where it's getting too specific, but I feel like it's a female's energy it's connected to. Yeah, but that could just be for someone. Like I said, I'm definitely more of a one-on-one card reader than I am a general card reading. So I feel like I can almost get too fixated on one person's energy that's the strongest, and then it's almost like I pull the energy cord to see where it's attached, and then it comes to that one person, which seems like a woman. But this is a general card reading, so it could be a man, it could be anyone, but someone here, it's for sure a lady. And then the let your friends help you card. You know what is interesting is that I actually got an energy when I saw the 5th and 11th house and that they were opposite. I almost got the impression that it was more like letting your family help you. I think normally you don't maybe seek out as much support from your family members, so really take this as it resonates. But I don't know, I almost felt like with this friend being weird, you actually might find some more peace with being with family. And maybe it's even this boyfriend or girlfriend or husband or wife's family, and it's not actually your family. I'm not super sure. So you just take this as you feel it resonates and as it feels right for you. But I do think there is a message here for somebody around maybe just needing time away from this friend circle and kind of going back to like a caring, supportive family group that just has your back, and just, they're not like entangled with this friend drama either. Yeah. Anyways, I think that's it, actually. I think that is all I had planned for this card reading. So hopefully this brought some clarity or some insights for you. I feel like what I got here was that this person really, really does have a pretty deep love for you and really sees you and just such a beautiful light. Such a beautiful light. And I think they feel really great around you. So yeah, I'll just leave that there. Don't want to put too much of my biased opinions into this card reading because I don't know your situation. So you all have a good one, and I hope you have a wonderful day. All right, everyone, this is just a little sound healing or sound bath at the end to help you ground in the information you just received. So if you'd like to receive this, just close your eyes and stay tuned. It's only going to be about 2 or 3 minutes. Hello, Pile 2. You all chose the Smokey Quartz cluster. Okay, let's start with how your special someone sees you with. We have Parrot Spirit, watch your words, it says, and Antelope Spirit, life is speeding up. And you know what, let's just give ourselves a little more room here. And then I also want to take a look at what they see your gifts are. So it says the Shadow, the Starborn, and Agape. Looks like a bunch of little candles in there. Okay, let's see what is going on here. Okay, so I was just taking a second to tune in a little bit. Really kind of incredible. So how I'm seeing this special person to you is seeing you is someone who has like, I want to like snap my fingers, be like, whoa, like just have, I don't know what happened, but you just sort of like out of their perspective, maybe it was happening slowly over time, but to their awareness, they didn't notice it until recently, but they just see like all of a sudden you've just like grown so much. You've just like, I feel like you're moving so fast. That's like the really big thing I'm getting here. The parrot's all about self-talk, now you see yourself, and sort of to me, really being aware, self-awareness, self-development, and then the antelope is just like flying through things, advancing super fast, and so I think these are both just perfect words to describe how they see you moving. Like I almost feel like to this person, they feel like they knew you as this one way, and then they turned their head, and all of a sudden you were like totally transformed. You're like, oh, that doesn't bother me anymore. Or, oh, I used to do that. I don't do that anymore. And actually, almost I can see it, that maybe something this if you're in a relationship with this person, you might be struggling with is their in a like their slowness in seeing your transformation. You're like, I'm not that person anymore. They keep telling me, oh, I don't like this or don't like that, but they don't realize I'm not that person anymore. I changed. That was me like 2 months ago, 1 week ago. Like you're almost like, don't put me in a box. Like I'm so different now. So the good news here is that this special someone is starting to see this massive transformation, and I want to say massive. It feels massive. And I think you're just accelerating faster and faster. It's like I feel like something changed in your self-talk or in your belief system, and whatever it was kind of moving your progress slowly, and now it's gone. You are flying. So the Shadow. This card is so interesting because when I saw that, I felt like you're really starting to become balanced. At least in their perspective, I'd see it's like you're able to, I don't know how to say it. It's not like you're just stuck on only being able to see the good things, but you're also not on the other side where you can only see the negative things and people in yourself. You're just very balanced. Like it's like you're able to go into the shadow and go into the light attributes and come out and still not have been emotionally I don't almost want to say roller coastered through it. Like you're just kind of like peacefully able to see both sides, which is really cool. And then the Starborn, every time I see this card, I accidentally like see it as the stubborn. And this is in the light attributes. So it's almost telling me that this special someone, I feel like they almost saw like you were a little like guarded, a little protected. And I don't think it was necessarily a bad thing, but I see like the shell is cracking, and I just see like you're just like opening up. You're flourishing. I think you're learning to be more vulnerable in their eyes. I should say all this is in their perspective. Your story could be totally different, but this is how they're seeing you. They just see you flourishing. I see them even like saying like you just have all these different things that you're open to now. That's such a big thing. Like I feel like they had put you kind of in like this archetype box where maybe you fit into like 2 archetypes, but it's almost like they're learning that you don't fit into one. I think you fit into like maybe 10 or 15 different archetypes, and maybe it's not even like, it's almost like this person's trying to understand you by be like, they like this, they like that, but they're starting to see they can't do that because you're just, I feel like you're coming out of the shell, you're coming out of the box, you're seeing so many things. I feel like you're really in a time of discovery in their eyes. Like you're just deciding, who do I want to be? What do I want to do? Maybe you're trying a lot of different hobbies or reading a lot of different types of books or something like that, learning different skills, different languages. And I don't know. It just seems really cool. This card is actually so powerful. Like it's really just like saying like, I feel like complete change. Complete change. And then the agape card talks about sort of finding, how would I put it? It's not like finding God. It's like almost finding a different trust in the universe is maybe the best word I could use in this pile. Like almost like knowing that I guess this is maybe back where it comes to this control thing. Like maybe this is even what makes you feel more able to be vulnerable, is like there's like this trust that there is something out there, although it's not really saying what exactly. Will light your way is like the word I keep wanting is will light your way, will bring you to the right people. It's almost like talking about synchronicities, and maybe the stuff you're starting to talk about with this person is like there's synchronicities, not coincidences, or the right people will find you when you're ready. And I don't know, there's something on there. I don't totally understand what they're seeing in this, but I think they're just seeing you as maybe even being more spiritual than they previously have, or something like that. Well, it really talks about that trust, having a newfound trust. So trust is a huge thing, and being vulnerable is a huge thing that they're seeing in you. Okay, so I actually want to move into what they see you're struggling with right now. And once again, I intended this to be of sort of not struggling specifically with them, but just struggling with in general, and something that maybe this special someone wants to be able to support you in, but maybe doesn't really know how, or knows it's not really their place to help you with it. So it's just sort of what they are seeing from their perspective that has you struggling. All right, I guess we'll use that one. And we'll do 3 again. All right. Let's see. Oh, you got a house, a planet, and a sign. That's neat. Okay. So what is going on? Focusing on not worrying and support. Oh, that's so interesting. Okay. So let's just go in a little bit deeper. Okay, yeah, so I think it's pretty clear. So this person sees, I think this is where they're talking about your struggles, maybe still to fully be vulnerable and get support back from, they're saying family. So I wonder if this person is your spouse or partner. Because it does feel maybe like a long-term relationship. Like maybe you've been married to this person for like 15, 20 years. Maybe, I think in this case, with the way they're seeing you, this is someone who was in partnership with you when you were younger, and now you've like matured and grown, and it's almost like you think why they were like struggling to like keep up with it, because they're like, you've been like this for so many years. I didn't know you could change. I just thought we would always be who we were. And it's like this person, it's funny, in the way they see you is like struggling with like, what? I didn't know this was a thing that could happen. So it's funny. It's so much shock. It's like weird to see that person's shock. So anyways, yeah, they are saying that you just see still struggling a little bit with knowing that you can just be honest, open, and real. I think it's kind of with them, and maybe if you have kids, like maybe with the family, like your family, about who you are and what you want to do and what's going on. And yeah, just they keep talking about worrying and feeling supported. So there's something going on there, but I think you would know if this is resonating with you. I think that would be pretty clear. So it's almost like I think you've kind of had to keep things secret. That's the energy I'm getting. Kind of had to keep things secret. A lot of you, there was almost like you had to be more independent. You was like, no one was really watching out for your personal own needs, so you kind of just had to do it yourself. And I think in the relationship you were in, before you kind of started moving on this self-awareness and this self-growth track, I almost wonder if you and your partner sort of lived a little bit in a disconnect. Like, I kind of see you both trying to survive your inner child wounds in your own like heads. And it's almost like when you went to communicate, neither one was like communicating from a vulnerable or sort of self-aware space. I hope this sounds like okay, but I almost just see like there's like this guardedness. So it's almost like you're like, well, I can't. It's almost felt like a high school romance where it's like, oh, they might not like me, so I can't say this, or they might think I'm weird, so I can't say this, or like my dad always told me I was stupid, so I feel like they might think I'm stupid. Like it feels like, yeah, there's like an inner child wounding that was pretty deep in both. And I think I don't know if your partner stepped out of it, but I'm really seeing that you, the person watching this, has. So I almost feel like this person, where the shock is coming from, is I think they're trying to follow suit. But it's so funny. I keep just getting, they didn't know that things could change, like that people could be different, or that like that this growth was even possible. It might sound really weird to say all this, but it's like I feel like they're mind blown. They're mind blown by you, but there's also like this desire to have that deeper connection with you and be, yeah, I feel like they keep saying it, like not worry about what they'll think. They want to support you, and they want to have like a closeness and a better relationship. They just almost keep saying like they just didn't know it was possible. They didn't know that was something people could do. So that is really interesting that that's coming through. Yeah. Anyways, so that is interesting about the struggle thing. Let's start here. No, actually, no, I changed my mind. Let's start with advice for you on this relationship. This part, I think it's a partnership, or at least this person thinks they're in a partnership with you. So that would be a little confusing if it isn't. Yeah, guidance for you. What do you need to hear? You've heard all this. What do you need to hear now? We have worth waiting for. We have trust. Ooh, that came up twice. Love yourself first. And true love. Wow, you know what? These all feel like pretty on point with what this other person's higher self is saying. So, like I was saying, like I know this is gonna sound weird, but I really get the impression from the very strong energy I'm feeling here is that this partner you're with, spouse, really didn't know there was a different way of being in a relationship. There was a different role each one could play, and I feel like they never had an example of this. Not in their friends, not in their friends' marriages or partnerships, not in their parents' partnership, maybe not even in your parents' partnership. It's so funny. It's almost like they're just so like frozen in shock. Like it's almost as if they've been in a car accident and they're in shock and they don't know how to get out of shock. But it's not like they're not mad about it. It feels like a good shock, but just like they're questioning everything about everything they've ever known. They're just like, they need some time to digest and not be in such a shock state. So when I say it's worth waiting for, and they're saying like this person can step up to the plate, or at least in the energy I'm seeing now, they have a great potential of stepping up to the plate and becoming the person in that relationship you want to have. They just, if you can feel the shock level, you would understand why they're so frozen. And it seems like nothing's changing. It's like they just are going to be frozen until things just make sense in life again to them. I feel like they feel like everything was like pulled under their feet. They just didn't know. It's like, it's so funny. They just didn't know or ever think things could be different. It's taking some time because I have the impression, although I don't think either person in this pile is very old, I think you've just been in a relationship a very long time. So there's even just like, it's been away for so long. So say even if you're both only 30 or 40, like that's a long time if you think about it. Super long time. And you feel like you were kind of the instigator on opening their mind. So anyways, trust here is coming up, that I believe like if you're wanting to continue in this partnership, that it is saying like learning to be vulnerable and giving them more trust is going to be pretty big. It's going to be a great example of what could be, because right now how I'm seeing this person's perspective on relationship is, I really see it's like they almost think like you both have to like be in your role. Like if they're like the masculine energy, then they have to be the strong masculine, or if they're in the feminine energy, they have to be this like the sweet feminine or the strong feminine, and you both have two roles, and that's how you play. It just feels very old school. So it's almost like even trusting them, sharing more vulnerability, and even talking about like the struggles you had or what you used to think, I think is going to be relieving for them, because they just feel so far behind and not on the same page that they're just kind of like I said, in shock. And then love yourself first. This is such great advice. It's even talking about what the parrot card talked about making sure that, you know, like your self-talk, your self-love, your self-care all comes first. And I think you've already started doing this. So please take this just as a confirmation, not saying that you're not doing these things, because I really think you are. But just really, really remembering that that is so important, and that when you can be in charge of yourself and figure out yourself, then you'll be clearer to make decisions on, say, if you want to be in this relationship still, or what you want. Because I think there's someone here who's like, you teeter a little bit. You're kind of like, you do like this person. I think you have been in partnership for a long time, but you're just so ready for change that I think that's where you can get a little bit frustrated with this person still being the same. But I do see, if you're wanting to wait, if you're wanting to stay with them, I do think they are going to come along. They're just a little bit, I feel like they're like a couple years behind you, is sort of the energy I'm getting. And then true love. So this is just saying, like, they really do, there really is a romance here. You could have a partnership, it says, for a lifetime. But it really do feel like it's just up to you if you feel like you want to wait. If you're so not wanting to wait, then, you know, you really have to just take your own information, take your own intuition, and trust whatever you feels right to you. But your guides are all saying there is definitely a possibility here. So if you wanted to watch this reading to know if there was even a chance, they're saying there is a chance. You do totally have choice here. You could try to restart with someone else and just not have to wait for this person. But if you do want to wait and you do value this relationship, I do believe they will come along. They're just, like I said, really in some shock. So soulmate cards. So this is to look at how this person you're inquiring about feels about you. How do they feel about you? And there might be advice here. Sometimes these pop out in these cards. So let's just see. Okay, we have every experience, regardless of whether you perceive it as good or bad, comes with a gift attached. Yet sometimes the gift is only revealed with the passing of time. Trust is all it is as it should be. I can't say that. It's so funny. You have 3 trust cards. That's really big theme for this pile. And it is interesting that this one just makes me think like it's talking about so much, like, you might not understand why this relationship is the way it is, but in the long run will all come clear and everything will make sense. And yeah, trust. Okay. Anything else from the higher self of this special person, how they see you? Okay, we have, do not fear the current changes. All is happening in accordance with your divine plan. The current events are paving the way to a brighter future. Love illuminates all darkness. Remain positive in light. So once again, I see like there is such a good possibility for this relationship in future. I just keep getting that again and again. But it's up for you to decide, right? Like, you do have free will. So it says, love generates love. You will receive positive confirmations of this in the next few days. Keep on loving and you will keep on receiving even greater blessings in return. That's sweet. So I get that again. Like, it's almost like if you act a certain way, I feel like this partner or this special someone is really good at mirroring it back. But it's almost like, unfortunately, you do have to take the first step because there's like this intimidation. It's almost like they haven't gotten to that self-growth stage that you have, where they still feel like they have to be a certain way. But when you show them a different way, it almost inspires them, is how I see it. Okay, and here it says, a great love life requires intimacy, trust, and the ability to share your feelings. Express your doubts, fears, your likes and dislikes. Talk openly, listen, be present, always with an open heart and mind. Huge, huge, huge. This is even what I was saying, where I feel like this person says they can see you struggling with being honest about the things you're not liking and being vulnerable. And I think this card perfectly sums it up. They want to know, what is it that they're doing that you really don't like? And what is it that, they can change? Or what is it that they're doing that they might have done for years that they don't even know that you don't like? All right, I'm going to do one more. I feel like these cards are hitting the nail on the head here. In order for you to heal your relationship with another, you must first heal the relationship you have with yourself. Forgive yourself, accept yourself, and love yourself. Maybe a good note to leave it on. Okay, well, I really hope that this brought some clarity, gave you some things to think about. And like I said, all these cards are always general card readings. So you always just know that you get free will, you can do whatever you please, and whatever I say shouldn't really change your own decision for yourself. So just remember that. Okay. Best of luck. I hope you all have a good one. All right, everyone, this is just a little sound healing or sound bath at the end to help ground you, help you ground in the information you just received. So if you'd like to receive this, just close your eyes and stay tuned. It's only going to be about 2 or 3 minutes. Hello, pile 3. So you all chose the rose quartz heart. All right, let's take a look at the archetype cards first. Just gonna put those there. Okay, so we have vulture, nothing is wasted. And we have skunk spirit, know your worth. And just hang on now. I know those don't seem like great cards, but they've all been quite beautiful messages so far. We have the healer, the desert, and the one. as well. Okay, I'm just gonna take a couple seconds here just to tune in and see what's going on. Okay, pile 3. So when I see Vulture Spirit, and I've had them come up in a few other pick cards, I always see it as someone who's gone through a hard time. It could be a hard life, but came through on top, like having learned a lot of wisdom specifically. And I know it can seem funny because Vulture doesn't have a great reputation, at least in society here. Neither do skunks. But they're both, I think that's the big thing. And that's even a big part of the message, is what people perceived to have to fail or wouldn't be successful or wouldn't go anywhere or would just continue living as their families did. And I don't think it was good conditions, like say if your family was poor or if they were alcoholics or drug addicts or abusive. There was like this expectation that you would just probably do the same because that's statistics. That's how some people are. So then everyone has put that on you. And I see how this person sees you is that you kind of conquered every sort of limiting thing that you came through. So I don't know for sure which everyone's background's going to be, but I just see that this special person to you sees you as someone who has persevered and sort of, I want to say, ended up on top for like this upbringing that they had, for the circumstances I think they were born in or experienced, or some sort of accidents or conditions they were in. You have not just like maybe financially made it out, but I feel like even emotionally and who you are as a person have so what's the word I want to use here? I can't, it's like I'm missing the right word. I keep wanting to say ended up on top. But I feel like there's a bit of ego when I see that expression, and there isn't an ego here. So I want to just clarify that. I don't feel a sense of ego, just this person is proud of you, and they even feel like you should be proud of yourself. Not in egoic way, but really just in like, wow, pat yourself on the back. Like, you could have taken a different way out. You could have just kept doing what everyone around you had done or been a part of a statistic, because that would have been easier. But instead, I just see that you, in their eyes, like, yeah, they just said overcame all the things that everyone else would have expected you not to have. So that really tipped me off of that energy too, was the healer card here. So it's usually, you have like such a traditional great healer past. Like, I don't know how to say it. This energy is changing, luckily, for the future generations, where there won't be a need for a healer to suffer so deeply to overcome it and then understand those helping them. I have seen that energy shifting. Thank goodness, because I think, as you can understand if you're watching this file, not everyone, like the whole point of you overcoming that and becoming a healer is because you don't want someone else to go through such a hard life to learn the lessons that you learned, or go through it in alone. So how this person is seeing you and like the gifts they do see, I don't know what you're doing, but they see you as a very gifted healer. And even when I saw this like skunk spirit and the vulture, I kept thinking like, I feel like you're really good at what you do, whether you know it or not, whether maybe you charge a lot of money or not. I think you feel very fair. So I think you charge a very fair amount for whatever the work it is you're doing. And I actually almost even think that you could have a big ego because they think you're quite good at what you do, but you don't. It's like you really you ascended really high. Like, I'm not even quite using the right words. It's like, once again, it's hard to describe something so complex in a handful of words. But I do just see, like, even like the desert card, like I even think this person is saying like, you got here by yourself. You got here by yourself and you didn't have a lot of support from others, but I still see like this is your hand reaching out to help others, even though they might not have helped you. And I feel like you just are an amazing human, just seeing it through this special person's eyes. Sorry, I keep kind of not talking too much about how they're seeing you. This is all about how they're seeing you, but yeah, like, and even like the one, I see this too as like them really saying like you're really at a point where you understand We all are struggling with the same struggles. We all have, like, we're all the same person in some ways. Like, obviously there's differences, but we all come from the same one thing. We're all flesh and blood, and no one is better than anyone else, and everyone deserves an equal chance and an equal opportunity. Like, I feel like I could keep talking about stuff like this because I think you just have such a deep embodiment and understanding of it. And I think that's what makes you such a great healer at whatever you're doing. I would have a hard time believing this pile isn't in some way physically healing people through maybe slightly an alternative switch on a traditional thing, because I feel like there's such an intelligence behind this. So I almost feel like you've combined things. Like, you're like, why doesn't this traditionally work for most people? Oh, they forgot this attribute, and you've brought that into whatever you're doing. Yeah, I'm not sure, but it's really incredible, and your person sees it as really incredible. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna move on to what should we do? Oh, what they see you struggling with right now. How about that? That seems like a good one. And yeah, I just really to sum this up is that I think your partner is just so proud of you. Partner or special someone, sorry. It doesn't necessarily have to be a partner. That's just been the dominant energy so far. Hey, Charlie. Hi. Okay, so I think there's been a different cat in every card reading so far. He's kind of a timid cat, but also the most sweet. Yeah, the most sweet. That's right. So maybe that means something to you, and that's why he's here now. Taking over the card reading. Okay, so what does your special someone see you struggling with right now? Okay, and that one, and I think I want 4 for this pile. That one was too confusing. There we go. Let's see what you got here. Okay, so we have the 9th house. You like that one, Charlie. We have Sacrifice, Neptune, Good Fortune, and Get What You Need and Get What You Want. Yes, okay. There we go. I was gonna say, usually I don't stay in the frame that long. Okay. Sacrifice. Okay, so that's so interesting. I usually for these cards just go for the card or the words that are jumping out at me the most or have the most energy to them. So get what you need and what you want. Good fortune, sacrifice, and do it in a big way. So let's see. I feel that, so I just keep getting the message, and I'm around, and maybe this is even what I was talking about, where I was saying, like, I feel like you're quite fair with whatever you're charging, but I feel like you're so good at what you do that if you're struggling, say maybe you could be charging a little bit more and you kind of would like to charge a little bit more because you're feeling a little exhausted, you're working a lot, you maybe like to work a little bit less, maybe sessions are always going over time and you put a lot more extra time in to maybe messaging after you see them or their appointments or something like that. And I feel like there's a big message here about saying, like, you are worth it. You don't need to compromise your energy and your time for them. You can charge more. You don't need to sacrifice any of your own time. That is what I'm getting from this. So hopefully that's making sense to you. If not, maybe just take your own. If this is like clicking in your head, just take that. It is a general card reading. The Do It in a Big Way card. This is interesting. I keep thinking that you are trying to find a way or thinking about getting what you do out there more, which is where I'm wondering if what you're doing is, like I said, kind of a spin on a more traditional way, but it's having great results. It is really working for people. And I think there's something here about how are you going to get everyone else to know about it? How are you going to work on teaching new students? Yeah. Yeah, and even the imagery on it's making me think that you don't want to make it into an incorporation, but you do want to get this practice more out there. You want it to be more well known. So, yeah, I guess I'll just trust that that means something to you. So this is what they see you struggling with, and yeah, unfortunately, I don't have any guidance on the solution here for you, but I think just seeing your energy and who you are, you're going to figure it out. You're going to find a way that honors what you believe in, your morals, and the client and the other people, because it's just who you are. So it's so funny. As the card reader, I'm not really worried about what end up happening there, because I can just tell that you always have the best of everyone at heart. And yeah, it feels really cool. But yeah, just a big message here, though, is just knowing that you are worth charging more, and people are not going to stop seeing you because you charged a bit more. I think, if anything, I think you've done too much for free, or like, I just keep seeing it as like, someone's calling you or emailing you, and then it ends up being kind of like a 20-minute thing or even like an hour thing sometime. And it's like, your time does matter. I just keep getting that. And I don't know if that's so much from their higher self or just from your guides. I feel like it could be coming from both at this point, around your time and energy. Okay. Next. Yeah, you know what? I really like ending it on the soulmate card. So we're going to look at advice and guidance for you on this relationship. Yeah, we're going to try to keep it on the relationship. I feel like there's a lot of questions this pile has on your business. So you might want to, after this picker card reading, watch a business card reading or a career card reading, because I can hear your hundreds of questions, but I'm like, oh, this is not the time or place for this. We're looking at your relationship right now. But I feel like there's definitely a card reading out there around what's going on with your business or career. Yeah. Okay. So let's see here. Darn it, I think it's still coming out anyways. New love, engagement, and I need to know about your relationship. Okay. Boom. Okay, that's a lot of things. And very soon. Okay, that just answered the last question I had. So I ended up pulling a few more cards. Calling in your soulmate. It's so funny. I think this is about your job. I think it's giving you a guidance about calling in and asking the universe, or just putting it out there to your guides, whatever thing you like to do, about bringing in the right business consultant or whatever it is. I feel like you guys already know what you're needing, like a little new mini you, a trainee, a business partner, whatever it is, just throwing it out there to the universe that you're ready for it and you're wanting it. This, though, I believe, is all talking about your relationship. So here we go. New love, engagement, wedding, and very soon. I see this. When I see new love in a card reading when you're already with someone, I always see this as the relationship growing and changing, usually for the better, especially when it's followed by a engagement and wedding card. I think it just means you're going to go into deeper lengths. Is that the right word? Like finding new levels of vulnerability and connection. I think the communication specifically is going to change in your relationship. There'll be better communication, more clear communication. I think this pile might be a words of affirmation kind of person. I feel like there's going to be more of that. And funny enough, I feel like more access service on their part and more words of affirmation on your part. And I think that's going to complement better. I think you two like that from each other. One likes affirmation, one likes acts of service. And then the engagement and wedding, and then very soon. I wouldn't be surprised if this pile isn't engaged yet, but I just actually see it saying, like, if you're wanting, like, this greater commitment, and maybe it is actually a physical wedding, like, I just see this relationship going down that path where, especially as this, like, new level of connection deepens and this communication and expressing your love languages get better, I just see it like, I just see this being the natural unfolding of getting like engaged or deciding that you're going to commit deeper. So maybe you live together, or you start making decisions more as a couple, something there, and then it could result in an actual physical wedding if that is what you are wanting. But I do see the very soon card just tells me though that it's not going to be years from now. Like, it is coming up, it is coming this way, and the worth waiting for divine timing is at work in your love life. I wonder if this pile has been wanting to get married to this person or move in with this person and you've been feeling a little impatient about it. I feel like this is just a good confirmation saying, like, it is happening, it is coming, everything's coming at the right time, like, don't worry about it, don't stress about it, don't get anxious about it. It's all gonna happen when it's all meant to happen in the best way. That's the important part, in the best way. Okay, so let's look at how your soulmate, or I shouldn't say soulmate, they're soulmate cards, so I keep saying that by accident. How your special person sees you or feels about you. How does your special person feel about you? Okay. I was going to say, a lot of advice cards have come out of these too, so don't worry about that. All right, that might be a few too many. You can keep that one. And I want that one. Okay, so first one was, do not fear the current changes. All is happening in accordance with your divine plan. The current events are paving the way to a brighter future. Love illuminates all darkness. Remain positive in light. That's so funny. That just confirmed like your fears here. Like, don't worry, everything's happening exactly as it should. If it happens sooner, it might not be in the best way or the easiest way or the most abundant way for you. So just trust that it is waiting until it is the best path for you, or best end result for you. And then it says, you, my beloved, are like a ray of golden sunshine. I breathe in your love and all my concerns melt away, and all that is left is pure joy. Thank you, my beloved soulmate. And then lastly, we have a loving thought triggers a loving response. Your love is felt and appreciated, and an angel surrounds you. A sacred union is born, the union of twin souls within a threefold flame. Wow. Makes me wonder if you're in a relationship with your twin flame or just a soulmate. That's really interesting. Okay, let's pull one more. Okay. It says, in order to cope with a separation from a loved one, we need to realize that spirituality, we are always connected to those we love. Neither distance nor time can separate that which is united by love. Okay, this is interesting because the other thing I did or was thinking about with the air balloons here, I wonder if you are actually living in a different country or city or state, province, whatever it is for you, than the person you're in a relationship with. And I wonder if that's even what makes you feel a little bit frustrated, or a little like, I think it's a little bit frustrated, or a little like, I'm just done. I'm just exhausted with it, the situation. And so I wonder if there's like a little bit of like actual physical separation from you too, that you're just asking about, when is this going to be over with? When is this done? So that actually does clear up some confusion I was having as the card reader. So I actually think it's saying like, don't worry, it won't be like this forever, and things will come together. And I even wonder if that's why you're wondering like the engagement and wedding, because maybe it's like once you get engaged and you get married, you can like move to that province, state, or vice versa. Something will change there, and I think you'll be spending more time together, which is what I think you're really wanting. So interesting. Okay, this is all I had for you all. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you around. All right, everyone, this is just a little sound healing or sound bath at the end to help you ground in the information you just received. So if you'd like to receive this,
Just close your eyes and stay tuned. It's only going to be about 2 or 3 minutes.